KREM 2 News 10 at 10 begins now with Mark Hanrahan and Jeremy Legoo.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News 10 at 10, where we give you more news in less time. Let's get started. We begin with the latest chapter in the ongoing saga at North Idaho College. As the Northwest Commission on Colleges and Universities interviews students and staff on campus, students are left to wonder about the future of their school and if it will lose accreditation. KREM 2's Kyle Simchuk has the latest from campus tonight.
A much different tone at tonight's meeting. Board members, for the most part, remain civil, and that's exactly what students and staff had been hoping for, because tonight's meeting, like all others, was being watched by the organization that will decide if NIC holds on to its accreditation in just a few months.
It's pretty terrifying to think about.
Of all the things to stress about in college, your school's accreditation status should not be on the list.
People's moods have definitely been down. I mean, of course, this has been an ongoing issue ever since, problems started happening the third day I was on campus for the most part, when the mask mandate got implemented and the president got fired.
Today, officials with the Northwest Commission on Colleges and Universities were on campus interviewing students and staff for their report, which could determine NIC's accreditation status. They also watched tonight's board meeting where trustees approved new legal counsel. Attorney Art Maycomber will oversee the transition this June. Tonight's meeting started by honoring 13 faculty members receiving tenure. Board members also heard inspirational stories from students nearing graduation.
I'm the first person in my family who will get a bachelor's degree.
It shows what NIC means to all of you.
The board, which has been dysfunctional at times, has been working with the Association of Community College Trustees, learning better communication skills, how to get along, and treat each other with respect.
Each committed to working towards a positive accreditation outcome.
Students, staff, and alumni just hope those lessons stick.
We came to work in tears after your behavior on Monday night.
I've seen a lot of progress compared to where we were 6 months ago, but it's baby steps, and I kind of feel like we need to take a huge leap now.
A decision on the college's accreditation could come as early as this July. Reporting in Coeur d'Alene, Kyle Simchuk, KREM 2 News.
We know we have more work to do, but this is a great thing for the state of Washington. Congratulations.
Yesterday, Governor Jay Inslee signed 3 bills aimed at preventing gun violence, including a landmark bill to ban the sale of assault-style weapons. And less than 24 hours after that signing, federal lawsuits are already challenging the legislation. The National Rifle Association filed one on behalf of the National Shooting Sports Foundation and individual plaintiffs, including Sharp Shooting in Spokane and a former rifle Olympian from Spokane.
I think the people of Washington should understand that their Second Amendment rights belong to them, that they're not privileges that are granted and taken away at the whims of politicians in Olympia. Governor Inslee's signature on this law does not mean it's constitutional.
The Washington Attorney General addressed the lawsuits today, saying he is confident the new laws will stand. Well, it is finally starting to feel like spring, maybe even a bit like summer today with how warm it was today. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Legoo. Jeremy, we hit 71 today, I believe. It's just going to get warmer from here, right?
Yeah, that's kind of the way it's looking. Tomorrow, we'll see a little more cloud cover. But other than that, yeah, the warm trend continues, and we're talking even warmer by the weekend. How about this? It's the first time I've ever said it's 60 and it's 10 p.m. How wild is that? The warm weather just hanging out overhead, and that's with a little bit of cloud cover filtering in. Coeur d'Alene sits at 60, Sandpoint 61, 58 in Ritzville, and mid-60s out in central Washington. It is a very warm evening, and it looks like those temperatures stay mild overnight. We fall into the mid-40s, and that is about it. Tomorrow, when the sun comes up, those temperatures rise, but we'll see increasing cloud cover throughout the day as we get our next little wave of energy moving through. But all in all, it's a pretty dry, pretty warm weather pattern. Tomorrow, afternoon cloud cover keeps us from hitting 70 again, but don't worry, we're back on Friday, and by this weekend, we're up near 80 degrees across much of the inland Northwest.
Oh man, looking forward to it. Jeremy, thank you very much. Well, the weather may have just started warming up, but wildfire season is well underway, and fire officials say, especially in this region, it is never too early to be prepared.
The greater Spokane community has been identified as the 4th most at-risk community in the state of Washington. And particularly concerns around southwest Spokane County, where we're at today, and North Spokane County, the Deer Park area, given the fuels in the area, the terrain, the weather patterns.
Officials say keeping clutter out of your yard is one way to reduce risk, so make sure to clean out your gutters and keep your lawn watered as well. Well, a brush fire is escalating in San Bernardino National Forest tonight near Gobbler's Knob. Right now, the fire has burned nearly 200 acres, but crews say they expect more to be burned. They say it is burning up steep terrain, making it difficult to combat. According to fire officials, no structures are threatened at this hour. The cause is still under investigation. Well, you might remember back in 2020 when strong winds in Oregon turned several wildfires into infernos that eventually killed 9 people, destroyed thousands of homes, and burned more than 1 million acres. They were the most destructive fires in Oregon's history. Now a class action lawsuit is underway against the massive power company PacifiCorp. The suit argues PacifiCorp did not turn off its power lines that sparked the fire and then spread that fires to during the storm. When the trial ends, a jury will decide if the utility company is liable for damages caused by the fires. Well, take a look at this shocking video out of Wisconsin tonight where an 84-year-old man had to be pulled from his burning minivan. Police say dash cam footage shows the moment his flat tire burst into flames, which then engulfed the entire van. My goodness. Police say they tried using their sirens to get the man to pull over, but he didn't. Well, eventually the man came to a stop and police right there jumped into action, yanking that man out of his car. Officers say the driver was miraculously not hurt. And now to our night beat with a quick look at today's top stories. New details were revealed in the trial of Lori Vallow. She is accused of killing her 2 children, 7-year-old JJ and 16-year-old Ty Lee. We do want to warn you, some of these details may be difficult to hear. A forensic pathologist with the coroner's office testified that JJ suffocated to death after a plastic bag was put over his head. He also says Ty Lee's death was ruled a homicide, but cannot pinpoint exactly where or how it occurred because her body was burned. Both bodies were found on the couple's property in Rexburg, Idaho. Vallow's husband, Chad Daybell, is also charged in the murders. He will be tried separately. Meantime, SPD asking for additional information in a rape investigation. According to SPD, 32-year-old Brian Alt was arrested last month for second-degree assault and rape. Police say Alt and the victim met over a dating app. Detectives got information indicating that Alt may have been involved in similar assaults in the past. So if anyone has additional information, they're asked to call that or contact that email right there at the bottom of your screen. Meanwhile, the Spokane County Sheriff's Office is asking the public to help identify this man here. Detectives say that witnesses reported that he exposed himself near Linwood Park back on April 12th. He was confronted by 2 witnesses who took this photo. Anyone with information in this case is urged to call Crime Check and use that reference number on the bottom of the screen right there. And that was your Night Beat. To learn more about any of these stories, just text us the word night to 509-448-2000 and we'll send them directly to your phone. Well, heads up drivers that use the Thor Street Bridge over I-90. Lane closures are going into effect tomorrow and Friday as crews make repairs to the bridge deck. They are expected to start at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. Travelers, in the meantime, are encouraged to check WSDOT travel alerts before heading out the door.